What is going on in this video? I'm actually going to break down the easiest way you can book at least 60 calls a month for your agency. So this is if you're running any marketing agency, you're doing content marketing, you're doing outbound yourself, you're doing LinkedIn outreach, you're doing paid ads in the e-com niche, whatever agency you're running. If you're selling high ticket B2B service, this is going to be the easiest way to go to market and book 60 calls a month right now. And it's going to be via cold email. Cold email is just the easiest way to blast volume. A lot of the social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, and whatnot, they are good, but the targeting is much harder, and volume on platforms like LinkedIn, where the targeting is very good, are much harder to scale up. But what I want to show you is a cold email system that essentially you can set 300 cold emails a day. And if I show you the metrics right here at the end of this video, so I'm walking you through everything. So like text setup, deliverability, script writing, inbox management, show up rate optimization, everything you need to know to book 60 calls a month. And all you need to do is take those sales calls and close around 5 clients a month if on pretty bad metrics. So let me just walk you through the metrics breakdown you can expect. So if you send 300 cold emails a day with this system, you get a 1% point booking rate, not very good. So I'm just keeping it generous. You book 3 calls a day, you do that for 20 days a month because you don't outreach on weekends, you get 60 calls a month, 80% show rate, 48 calls a month, 10% close rate, 5 clients a month. So not that complicated. Now, all the software you're going to need, no more, no less. You're going to need Instantly AI, hyper growth plan, Namecheap domains, 40 of these domains, premium inboxes. It's a done for you workspace email infrastructure setup, which is I found to be the best one for cold email. So you don't have to do this manually. It's all taken care of, done for you, and they do it in like 5 to 10 hours. So it's very quick as well. Then you need Apollo. This is where we're going to find our B2B leads. Then Apify, we're going to scrape the Apollo leads, and Clay is actually having to reach all those leads, find the ones that we really want to reach out to, high intent, and reach for everything, personalizing and scraping all those leads for information. It's going to help us resonate with them and target them very well in the cold email. The first thing is text up, and I'm actually just going to walk through this by showing you guys. So all you want to do is get Instantly. So if you haven't got Instantly already, you just go to Instantly, make sure you've got email outreach hypergrowth plan. This is all you're going to need for Instantly. So the next thing is actually all your email accounts. Like I said, you just go to premium inboxes, logging in, create an account, or purchase accounts. I've got like 30 active right now. Follow all of this. I'm not going to walk through this now. It's pretty straightforward. Whatever domain hosting platform you're using, I'm using Namecheap, so just follow the instructions. You put all the domains you want. Just make sure you put the total number of inboxes. You only want 1 inbox per domain, so don't try and do more inboxes per domain because this will ruin deliverability and sending reputation. Just one in 2025, 1 mailbox per domain. You put your first name, you want whatever profile picture link you want, photo you want with the email as well, some technical stuff. But pretty much what you want, buy 40 of these mailboxes so we can send 300 a day when it's in full swing. Then once all these are added, Premium Inboxes actually just does all this for you. They log into your Instantly, set the warm up, but there's one thing that you need to do. What you want to do is just select all of these. I'm not going to do that right now with all of them because some of them are part of a different campaign. But what you want to do is for the ones that have just been added to the warm up, so recent ones that I've added, I'm going to do this with every single mailbox that you've got. If I just move myself, what you want to do is go to settings. Make sure you got your sender name, signature, so just your full name, founder at whatever company, and just a broad location from where you're at. Daily campaign limit 10 emails a day. That's going to be important when we set up the campaign. Premium Inboxes does all the custom tracking domains, so you don't have to worry about that as well. But then for this, you want to just make this at 1, so daily warm-up limit at 10, reply rate 30%, and then for the advanced settings, you want to enable all of these things. The default setting is disabled for all of these, so we need to enable all of these. Open rate 70, spam protection 100, mark important as 25. Now, when these emails actually start sending, all you want to do is come into the reply rate and change this to 40%, because once you start sending, the natural reply rate is going to be less. So we want to compensate by having higher warm-up settings. So you just do 30% for now. That's for 2-3 month warm-up, and that's all you do. Essentially, that's all you do. Just wait 2-3 weeks for the actual text up warm-up. What you want to do in terms of the campaign, let's just say after the weeks are done, what you want to do is when it comes to setting up a campaign, I'll just walk through the campaign that I'm running. So Invictus V2, you go to options, put all the email accounts that you've got in that are warming up. Make sure you only add the ones that are at least 98%, otherwise it's still going to be a bit messed up. You want to enable stop sending emails on reply. You want to disable open tracking, just messes up deliverability. And we care about positive reply rates and point booking rates, so who really cares? Send first email as plain text only, not all the emails, because sometimes when you've got leads in your CRM that have replied, you want to send them looms and stuff, and you can embed the loom into the UniBox, and it sends it to them. So you don't want to do text only, but you only want to do it for the first email. Daily limit will be however many email accounts you've currently got active, multiplied by 2. So not multiplied by 2, multiplied by 10, because each mailbox will send 5 new leads and 5 follow-ups, so it sends 10. And then if you go to advanced options, you just go 25 minutes minimum wait time, 5 minutes random additional time, and max new leads will be however many email accounts you've got times 5. So if I've got 10 accounts running, it's 50. So if I've got 40 mailboxes in this active campaign, then it's 300. So it's how many mailboxes times 5. Prioritize reaching out to new leads over scheduled follow-ups and make that ticked. Everything else can be left. If you want, you can do inbox provider match ESP routing, but I think because most of the premium inbox just does workspace accounts, so you can just don't even have to worry about that. Then you just make sure you click save. Always click save. The one thing you want to do is in your general settings, you want to go to preferences, and when it comes to outreach preferences, you want to make sure these are ticked off. So use a single sending account per time. We don't want that. Send emails one at a time. We don't want that. Time zone, I guess, whatever time zone you're in, whatever time zone your niche is in, those are the campaign resets. And I forgot to mention for the campaign itself, when it comes to the schedule, most of my leads are, United States, Canada, or around the world, not in Australia. So I do 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time, US, Canada, and I do that on weekdays. The campaign doesn't actually last that long. So with the 25-minute break time and 5-minute additional time, it ends up being 2-3 hours, because the wait time is only for each individual email account, which is what the general settings are. You want to make sure you're not ticking on, otherwise campaign will take forever. It won't even finish in the allotted time. So in terms of tech setup, that's literally it in terms of the tech setup. All right, so the next step is actually sourcing leads, and I use a 3-step approach where I start with Apollo, scrape those leads with Apify, and then I send all those leads into Clay to get the high intent leads. I want to make sure you're not just reaching out to generic leads. We can run a whole bunch of enrichments to make sure that the leads we're importing into instantly in our campaigns are high quality emails, valid, and we've got specific personalization parameters targeting each specific lead, resonating with them. So it all starts with Apollo. Really doesn't matter what niche you're in, this is going to work for you. Any idea B2B niche, if you're targeting e-commerce brands as well, this is going to work. What you want to do, I've actually done one of these before, so I'm targeting agency owners. So what I actually did was I went to AI filters. If this loads, I actually went to AI filters, and you essentially just give it's not going to load right now. You just give the AI prompt every single thing, targeting the parameter that you want. So find agency owners 1 to 10 employees, minimum 10K month, or whatever, or so specific, specifics, sub niches, email and SMS, CRO agencies, YouTube marketing, AI automations, agents, GTM marketing, outbound, inbound. So this is pretty much how I did it, and a whole bunch of keywords, and obviously founders only, CEOs, owners, etc., etc. So whatever decision maker titles you want, whatever parameters that you're looking to actually target your niche, you can put as much detail as possible into Apollo. I'm not going to do that right now because I've already got a search that I've put in. Essentially, gave me 21K leads that fit the parameters. So it ended up giving me a whole bunch of leads. So location, I was targeting United States, Canada, all the decision maker titles that I want, the employees, all the keywords are like 29 keywords, so all related to sub niches that I want to target, AI automation, retention marketing, email marketing, market segments, again, anyone in B2B, SaaS services, anyone I can actually set appointments for. So this is great. Revenue I wasn't really worried about, but you can get very granular with this. Then all you want to do is actually go to Apify. Now Apify is a web scraping tool. And what you want to do is just go to the Apify store, sign up to the starter plan, like I mentioned, in the software required, and you just want to go Apify Apollo Scraper. It's actually one of the most popular ones right now. All you want to do is take your Apollo search, copy and paste it, put it into here, right? And then however many leads there were is how many leads you put here. You name it whatever you want, and you run it. Now I've got a run that I've already done before for this exact same lead. So it's just here. Now, what you want to do when it's done, it takes, it took 2 hours for 19,000 leads, so it does take a while. But, a few thousand leads would take, 20, 30 minutes. But it's just the cheapest way to scrape out of Apollo without using Apollo credits and wasting a bunch of money. Then all you're going to do is actually export this data set. Apollo is great because half the time it has the emails already. Apify is able to scrape the emails where usually you have to pay what you want to get the emails. So I've done name, title, headline, first name, organization name, LinkedIn URL, email, status of the email, whether it's verified or not, website URL, LinkedIn URL, and you can do a whole bunch of categories as well, whatever's important for your outreach. Then what we want to do is actually send this into Clay. Now, Clay is just insane. It's an AI enrichment tool. It's kind of like Google Sheets, but just automated, and you can enrich for a whole bunch of things, do web scraping, enrich leads, get rid of bad leads, make sure we're personalizing to each lead, a whole bunch of stuff you can do in Clay. It's just insane. It's like a playground for just outbound. So there's 19K leads here. All I've done actually this, I think I've got some of these leads before where I've actually scraped them, for job titles, cleaned up the job titles, cleaned up the CSVs, but actually back here in a Google Doc. I'm going to link this Google Doc in the comments as well. It's signed me out for some reason. Just one second. Sign me out. But what you want to do is use this Google Doc to automate the cleaning of CSVs. So if you go from here, the GPT that I'll link for you guys, and what you do is you put your CSV, but it cleans all the company names and job titles to be ready for cold email. So don't do any of that manually, you save hours. Now, what I've done before is, if you see here, I've enriched for certain things. So because I'm targeting agencies, I didn't want to, because I know Apollo can have quite generic leads sometimes. What I actually did was, if I go, I think I've hidden the column now, but I did an agency owner match score, for example, an enrichment that I've got is, if I go to my templates, you can save templates on Clay, and Clay is just insane. I can make a full breakdown on Clay. There'll be plenty of YouTube videos about it. If you're confused on how to use Clay, you can use it to find emails, you can use it to validate emails, you can use it to enrich for anything you want, really. I'll just give an example of one that I've run before. So if I go to, I think agency on a match score, I think I called it, like agency status. Here's this one. So what I do is, when I click on this, it's actually full prompt that I run to analyze the headline text and the LinkedIn, the LinkedIn profiles, the company domains, to see if they actually are more granular, fit the exact type of ICP I'm looking for. So e-commerce, retention marketing, outbound appointment setting, paid ads, automation, CRO, give it a bunch of instructions. What you do is you actually put these instructions, whatever instructions you actually want to run, Clay will actually make its own prompt, and all you have to do is generate the prompt for the final prompt. So you use AI, you can essentially put anything you want in here to, do any type of enrichment you want with these leads. Only use certain ones and get rid of other ones. Enrich for recent job title, recent job like hiring, anything you want, recent company highlight, personalized first lines, literally anything you could think of that your market's going to resonate with, that is going to clean up your list and not have bad leads that are going to mess up your KPIs. Because again, we're aiming for a 1% appointment rate, which is actually not that great, but it's going to get you 60 calls a month if you follow the system exactly with 300 emails a day. So this is how I could do a full breakdown of Clay, which I probably will. If you guys want that, just let me know in the comments as well. But again, it's for cleaning, mainly, simply clean job titles, clean company names. If you're going to use company names in your cold email copy, validate emails. Again, all you want to do is add enrichment. What you want to do is something, you just literally search here, validate email. And there's a whole bunch of softwares, and you use Clay credits for those things. Now, one important thing is you do want to maybe want to connect your API key because for each of these, most of them you can actually use your own open API credit key, which is much cheaper than using Clay credits. So if you're on the small plan, 2,000 a month, I recommend saving the Clay credits for finding emails. That's the main thing. So when you run something called a waterfall enrichment, if Apollo didn't give you emails, so on this list, sometimes Apollo doesn't give you all the emails. So what you can do is you can filter for this. You can add a filter. Email is empty. I think I've already done this. So there won't be any. Yeah, there won't be any. But let's say you've got empty rows with emails. What you want to do is you just go add enrichment. And then you can go work email. This is the only real thing you want to use Clay credits for. The rest you want to use your own open API credit key, which I'll actually show you in a sec how you can set that up. So I think it's because I've got a bunch of tabs open in the computer. Yeah, so post working on, you just click on this and it's like 2-3 credits per row and it's automated and it does it in like 5 to 10 minutes. Pretty much, it has 9 softwares connected to the waterfall enrichment, so it's pretty much guaranteed to find the emails one way or another. Then you can just validate it with something similar to what I've got here. Then for open API credits, so for example, for me cleaning these company names, I've used GPT 4.1 mini instead of using Clay's account. So if I actually go out, I've got my own Clay API key and not using Clay managed account, which would cost 1 per row, which would already cost 2,000. If you want to run 2,000 rows, that's already taking all your credits for the month, which is way too expensive. What you want to do is you just go to OpenAI. You want to go to the back end, log into OpenAI. You want to go to API keys, and you just want to create a new secret key. I've got a whole bunch here. Create a new secret key, name it whatever you want, get the code, and then all you want to do is go into Clay. And when you want to use an API key, you just go to Manage Accounts. You just go to Manage Accounts, and then you can just set up your own API key. It's pretty straightforward, actually. I'll just let it load real quick. So you add connection, put that key in, and then that'll be set up, and you can use your own API key instead of using any of Clay credits, which is going to save you a lot of money. Again, Clay, huge thing, like I mentioned, but on to the next thing. Essentially, once you've done step 1 and 2 and 3, these are leads can go straight into instantly. So all you do is campaigns, leads. You just add leads, you put them in a CSV, you put in the fields that you want, pretty self-explanatory. When you upload the CSV, you can make sure it doesn't add duplicate leads as well, a whole bunch of stuff you can do. And if you do want a cheaper verification software, there's Million Verifier, which costs around $37 for 10,000 credits. So much cheaper than Clay credits again for validating emails, so you can use that as well. Now, that's pretty much the basics when it comes to the first 3 steps. Then the 4th thing is the offer. Now, this is a big one in 2025. The days of like Hormozy offers and huge guarantees and generic offers really don't work anymore, and people get blasted with that constantly. So, but there are some things I found work extremely well from our own experience internally and working with other clients for cold email, is that you need a strong offer, but you do not need a guarantee, and you shouldn't use a guarantee. The 4-step process to build one perfect for cold email. So outcome, deliver a clear, measurable result, or define a clear and measurable result. Did a bit of a typo there. Then specificity, speaking in specific terms that resonate with the market, not generic and broad. Provide an average or expected timeline for the outcome, not more than 30, 60 days, especially for like front-end offers. You don't want to do like 90, 100 day, 120 day, 180 day, because people just aren't going to commit to that. Unique mechanism, highlight what makes your approach unique or different to your competitors. Now, you can, we have a unique hybrid process that we present in cold email. You can literally do anything. If you're an AI agent, kind of agency building out automations, you could say like AI opportunity assessments or AI custom audits, all these things that like make you sound a bit different from the rest of the market. The main thing is be specific, present a timeline, and present them an outcome that they can expect if they were to move forward with you and hop on a call with you and eventually get closed. Now, that's what the offer. You don't have to overthink it. Just literally, this is all you need to do. Just no matter what niche you're in, you would know your niche the best. So make sure you just resonate with them, use specific terms. Now, cold email, this is where it gets crazy, because I've actually been building out GPTs for the rest of running these cold email campaigns. So we've got to the offer stage. Now, next is the cold email script writing and the inbox management. So there's going to be the sequence that we run internally for cold email is an opener and a follow-up message. Now, for this specifically, we've actually built a GPT for you specifically. I added this small doc, like I said in the comments, and it's going to help you build cold email scripts to like automate the whole thing. It's trained on the exact angles that we use in 2012 to book like 150 plus calls, and the instructions will also be here if you want to build your own one or add features. But make sure you can. This is going to be very good, but use it to draft replies. Always think and adjust it for yourself. And it's not meant to, replace you. AI is not meant to replace you. You're just meant to watch over it, proofread it, make adjustments here and there. But I'll just walk you through how to actually use this. So just click on the link. And what you want to do is there'll be 10 onboarding questions for you to answer before you actually start. So if we even try and get a cold email copy, well, I'll just say let's start. Before you even try and get a cold email copy, you need to answer all these questions. So I'm just going to do this now. Marketing agency. I'm going to pretend it was for me. Marketing agency owners. Outbound appointment setting. Systems, cold email, DM. Right, so it's going to ask service. Now it's going to ask what is your offer. So we offer 10 hybrid clients for 90 days. We are unique hybrid acquisition process. You can be you can put as much detail as you want here. I'm just going to do this quickly. Actually, in fact, for these ones, even AI is very good that it can draft response for this, given the struggles agency owners face with acquisition. 2025. So you see here, you can even draft your own responses. So it's going to ask for, problems, niche features, pains, benefits. And it's going to be able to weave all this into the cold email copy and just get enough background information before you actually start get it to make scripts for you. That's shouldn't have done that. Problems, drafted. I think I might have to adjust something whenever you guys use this. I'll have this adjusted in the GPT, but make sure you want to answer all these 10 questions before you start making cold email copy. It's going to mess it up. So client acquisition inconsistency, increased competition, burnout from manual prospecting. All like AI is very good at finding pain points in the industry as well. So whether in real estate, e-commerce niche, whatever niche you're in, you can do this with AI as well. Yeah. Next question. I want to draft a response for this. Again, like you want to put as much detail as possible into all this, but I'm just going to get through this quickly so I can show you how the ADM works. Now, next question. And there's 10 questions in total, like I mentioned. And so we're just going to get through these really quickly. And we've been working on this for weeks, and they're very up to date with the type of reporting models that work in 2025, and it's all pretty much automated. The only thing you want to do is you want to make slide adjustments, slide edits, making sure, because AI can sometimes make a little bit of error here and there. Case studies, let's just say don't have case studies, just to make this quick up. Or for any of that don't have case studies, it's still going to work for you completely. And these specific terms, so you guys again know this for your own niche. Predictable, reliable, system, of etc. Next question. Expensive, or not paying up front, don't have time, seen this before, etc. And you put any objection that you faced in cold email, and it's gonna weave in pre-handling these objections as well. Now what we're gonna do is we just draft a cold email sequence following all GPT instructions. Now this cold email copyright also covers checking for spam words and adding spin tags as well. So this is where it just gets insane. So personalized first, high first name, personalized first name. Do you ever find yourself wondering if client acquisition feels unpredictable? We build predictable, reliable outbound systems that bring in 10 clients in 90 days. Would be worth a chat to something to explore, make sense, compare notes. And then, by the way, ASOs usually tell me they've seen this before, tried out our system and didn't get results. That's why our hybrid approach focuses on qualified conversations, not just volume. Open to a quick, short chat just to see how it could fit for company. That's hard to, with the spin text, it's hard to say what the cold email is specifically. But you can see here, this isn't meant to just go straight and copy and paste. It's meant to give you a backbone that you can then do your own personalization. Because the biggest thing I find with our clients and myself is starting the cold email is hardest thing. But if you've got a backbone around it, you can build a really good cold email around what AI has already started for you. So experiment with this. It's insane. You can put whatever you want in here. It's going to give you very good backbones drafts, and you can just edit them later. It's going to give you spin tags as well. And then all you want to do is copy and paste these things into your campaigns. So if you go into sequences, this is the right now that we're running. I'll just show you guys, it doesn't really matter, but cold email for first name, and then you've got spin tags, and you can preview the type of emails you're running. So this is the type of email that we've been running. I'm not going to pretend my best friend's Casey, just saw you to find out at Casey Consulting, so I want to catch your inbox for the show, speech you might like. If you're missing out on minutes with Find an Ideal Fit Leads, we can help you fill your calendar and close 10 hybrid clients in 90 days on a pay for results basis. We actually add some humor here, so you can instruct the GPT as well to add some humor. It is built for, there's some cognitive biases built into ChatGPT that you can train it to run. If you know that humor works well in your niche, if you know that being more serious, whatever you know works well in your niche, make sure you adapt your GPT to that. So it goes downhill, you pay nothing. I'll send you a HT video apology you can use to rule my reputation on LinkedIn. Want to learn more? A small social proof, and then opt-out message and whatnot, which the GPT also qualifies for. So that's pretty much broad overview of coding of copy. You don't have to just be deer in headlights with this stuff. You can use this GPT, and also you can make your own on this document here. Now, inbox management is the exact same thing, just with the inbox manager. I'm not going to do the exact same thing just because it's going to take forever to get through, but these are the instructions that we've been running. This is also trained on the exact setting techniques that me and my setters have been using to constantly turn objections, questions, curious questions into appointments booked, both on, essentially works on LinkedIn as well if you want to use this on LinkedIn, but it's also extremely good for cold email, and it's prioritized for that. Same avoiding questions, similar avoiding questions. Again, human-like communication rules, tone of voice, response length and formatting, style rules, acknowledge the prospect's message, empathize with the situation, concern when handling objections, briefly restate the prospect's concern, the reply feels tailored, reframe objections, so on and so on, and with a low frequency test. All the things that we know work really well in cold email. The model is trained to do this, and all you have to do is, if you want to use it, again, I'll give this document, you just go into here, again, you do the onboarding questions, and it's going to do the same thing the cold email copywriter did, only whatever objection you're getting, whatever reply you're getting, it's going to be able to handle it, because it's also been trained on cognitive biases, so reasoning bias, curiosity bias, incentive bias, social proof bias, authority, reciprocity, loss aversion, clarity, simplicity, all these things that we know just when it comes to marketing really persuade people and essentially manipulate people into booking calls with you. And there's always ways to give them pattern interrupts that people think that these psychology things don't work on techie business owners, but everyone has these biases, and it's only when you become more aware of them that you can, even if you're aware of them, you're still susceptible to them. So don't think that they don't work on business owners, they absolutely do. Detailed 4-step response framework: gratify, justify, show value, CTA. So the comment setting approach. Whenever we have an objection, we want to gratify it, justify it, show value, and then low friction CTA. Then specific objections, so price objections, more information objections. I'm sure you guys have got these ones all the time. Bad experience, I've done it before. Trust, seen this before. Value objection, availability of time, social proof, case study. Then also, if the prospect doesn't reply to the initial the initial response that the GPT gives, what you can do is set up follow-ups that gently nudge, restate value, reinvite, or one with social proof or concise proof, point testimonial, curiosity. So just follow-ups at different angles, very short, bumping the reply that you gave the initial objection, so that we're actually keeping these leads in the pipeline, potentially getting them on call as well. And so you don't have to waste time drafting follow-ups. The AI is just very human-sounding follow-ups, bump follow-ups, providing different angles. So it's not just like, have you seen this, or just bumping the above, which business owners get 24/7. Essentially, that's the inbox manager. So I've got my inbox manager, I think, set up. Similar. I had one set up. I go to my archive. I think I've got one in my archive, and I can show you guys how it works. So I've already set mine up. Inbox manager, agent, and let's say you don't have time. Let's do a really tough objection, like I just unarchive this. Don't have time for sales calls. If you see here, the calendar link is also there. There's also in the onboarding questions for the inbox manager, it asks you for your calendar link, so it will also automatically do that. You don't have to go out and copy and paste calendar links either. Don't have time for sales calls. Seen offers like this before. Do you charge upfront? A very tough objection with 3 mini objections, and we'll see what the AI does. Now again, you want to edit this yourself. You don't just want to blast it and just copy and paste it straight into instantly. You want to just make sure it sounds like something a human writes, something that's going to work. And this is going to come with practice, which is why I've got the GPT construct where you can make your own one, actually understand what's happening. Just loads. It should load in a sec. While that's loading, I guess we can. The last thing would be literally the last thing. So this is the full cold email guide. If you just follow this, you'll have a cold email system that's pretty simple. That's sending 300 emails a day, and all you need to do is book one call a day, or one call for maybe like 300 emails, or 3 calls a day. So at a 1% appointment rate. So send 300 cold emails, book 3 calls. Now, it shouldn't be too hard for you to do that, especially with iteration and some testing. And then the last thing would be actually booking prospects to show up at call optimization. Use Calendly. You can use cal.com, you can use any other software that you're using, but the main things that you want to optimize for is make low friction form questions, slight qualification or whatnot. If I just show you guys what demo link that we use. We've got a demo call right here. Now, while that's loading, also, whenever someone books in, you want to make sure that you've got text reminders and email reminders, very basic stuff that you can set up. You just go to more options. Make sure your availability is set up. You can integrate with the Google Calendar as well. Notifications and workflows. So you just set up 24-hour email reminder 1 hour and 10 minutes before, and then text reminders you do 24 hours, 1 hour, 10 minutes as well. And you want to make sure that it provides a calendar invitation, and not just send them an email. We do want them to accept the calendar invitation, which is something that Calendly doesn't do automatically anymore. So whenever someone books, you actually want to send them a confirmation message that gets them to accept the calendar invite, which bumps up show rate like 10 to 20% found. Calendly questions, just here. This is the last kind of thing. Doesn't matter what we really use. It's just very simple. Let's grow your agency in 2025 is a description. Pick a time, and then it's just email, phone number. What do you sell? Because we know agencies sell a whole wide variety of things. What is your target monthly revenue? What is stopping you the most from hitting your target monthly revenue? Are you the sole decision maker? We respect your time. Maybe going to shop. So very quick, easy questions. Pretty much a whole bunch of commitment and consistency bias here, making sure people actually book in, and it's a qualifying questions are going to help us with discovery. Now, that's essentially it. Now, I'm going to give you guys this doc, like I said, but there you have it. So that's essentially the easiest way right now to get 60 calls a month for your own agency. It's really not that hard because volume negates everything. So if you're just sending 300 calls a day, it is quite expensive to set up. But if you have one client, let's say valued at $5,000 LTV, and you're running a cold email campaign that costs like $1,000 a month, if you just close one deal, that's $4,000 profit, like from building this cold email campaign. So there is a bit of a tech barrier and there is a barrier of entry with this stuff, but it's better to be aggressive with acquisition than sit there sending 20, 50 emails a day and barely getting into it. But this is a full breakdown. Again, it's going to save you a whole bunch of time with these GPTs that we've built out for inbox management and coding on copywriting. Enrichment clay. I'm actually going to do a full clay walkthrough when it comes to taking the leads that you scrape from Apify. You using Apify from Apollo to enrich all those for essentially whatever you want, whatever personalization you want. Cleaning, getting emails, validating emails, and everything you like when it comes to go-to-market. So if you guys enjoyed this, I guess like the video, subscribe if you liked it as well. If you do want to see that clay video, you can put like a request in the comments as well. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.